Differentiated instruction. Meeting individual student needs. Know your students. Different routes for students to learn. Preparation is the key to effective differentiation. Differentiation means that individual students are connected to information they need in a meaningful process. Differentiation means proactively planning for students, being student-centered, a mixture of whole class, group, and individual instruction, responsive teaching rather than a one-size-fits-all, pre-assessments and understanding where the student knowledge is. Highly differentiated, formative and summative assessments, learning profiles, tiered activities, curriculum compacting, learning contracts, independent study, flexible grouping, anchor activities, learning centers, learning stations, problem-based learning, project-based learning. Plan for diverse needs. Learning styles, skill levels and rates, special learning needs, language proficiency, background experiences and knowledge, interest, motivation, social and emotional development, various intelligences, level of abstraction, physical needs. Teachers can differentiate. The effect means the feeling and attitudes that affect students' learning. The content can be differentiated, unit or concept compacting, independent contracts, individual goals, extensions, alternative assignments, vary of pace of instruction. Process, use of higher order thinking activities, small group instruction, multiple intelligences, centers, mind mapping, webs, outlining, and cooperative task. The product that should be produced, tiered products, multiple intelligent task, graduated rubrics, alternative assessments, modified homework assignments, independent projects. And the environment can be also differentiated, making sure there are places in the room to work quietly and without distraction, as well as places that invite student collaboration, providing material that reflect a variety of cultures and home settings, setting out clear guidelines for independent work that matches individual needs, developing routines that allow students to get help when teachers are busy with other students and cannot help themselves, helping students understand that some learners need to move around while others do better sitting quietly. Differentiation according to students. Readiness. Varied task, and tiered products. Homework options, compacting, use of organizers, learning contracts. Differentiation with interest, giving choice of mode of expressing learning, give choices of task and products, set up interest centers, plan for enrichment clusters, group investigation, plan for multiple intelligence options, provide broad access to varied materials and technology, and differentiated learning profile, take interest inventories and notice learning styles. The lesson objective. The lesson objective was for the students to be able to write a fraction set by creating a fraction set that represents the picture shown, and the students will be able to show a fraction set. Lesson adjustments. Miss Jones made one important adjustment. She grouped students with prime numbered birthdays together for getting supplies. Lesson plan. Modeling. I do. I will invite the students to the carpet so they are involved in the lesson. As the students are sitting on the carpet, I will pull up the PowerPoint on the computer and display it on the board. I will ask the light helper to turn off the lights so that students can see the PowerPoint clear. The first slides of the PowerPoint will display 5 circles. 3 of them are purple and 2 are blue. I will go through the slides explaining how to create a fraction set to represent the blue circles using these circles. I will not take any volunteers at this time because I want to model for the students how to do 3/5 of the circles are purple. I will then tell the students I have a short passage to read to them. I will read the passage from John. I will begin to answer the questions on the slide to model how we are going to help John with his fractions. Lesson plan, guided practice, we do. The students will have the opportunity to volunteer and help to create fraction sets. I will be recording to see what students volunteer and how comfortable they are with the concept. During the guided practice, I will have time allotted for turn and talk to ensure that all students are participating. During the turn and talk time, the student with autism will be prompted by her aide to participate. She can then share her thoughts with another student. After the PowerPoint, we will watch the visual learning bridge. The visual learning bridge will give the students the opportunity to hear the concept explained a different way and see more pictures visually. After the visual learning bridge, I will dismiss the students by table color back to their seats. Students will be called together whiteboards by their birthday multiples of 4 or 5. I will have students use their whiteboards to answer quiz problems. Each student will have about a minute to solve each problem. The students will tally up their marks and determine what group they will be in 4 groups. Independent practice. You do. Before the students begin their independent work, I will explain an activity they can do when they finish. I will place on each table a cup of items. The students may pick a total of 5 items and create fractional sets for the items of their choice. They may write on their whiteboards. The students will be asked to take out their quick check, which is located on the back of the problem of the day. I will model for the students how to create fraction sets using different objects. The students and I will then create one together. They will work on their quick check at the back table just in case they run into any problems. Lesson summary. Ms. Jones used differentiation from the start of the lesson. She used interest to differentiate. She broke into groups using a quiz for placement. Students were broken into 3 groups: reteaching group, reaching group, and independent group. The summative assessment will be modified for some students so that they are able to complete the assessment in a timely manner, and the questions are developmentally appropriate for their level. There are many visual sections in this lesson. The students also have the opportunity to work in groups, independently, and work with hands-on manipulatives to create fractions. The students were engaged, especially when they were figuring out if their birthdays were multiples of 4 or 5, and it was very fun. Overall, Ms. Jones made differentiation look easy, which means she did a lot of work getting the skills she has with differentiation. I was very impressed with the overall smooth and ease of the lesson.